All right, this is the last video for our trip. This is Portage, Indiana, and we are headed home today. So we will be separating as we get down the road, and thought it would be good to reflect on our trip. So I have 5 questions for Chuck. First, Chuck, would you knowing then what you know now, would you do it again?
Oh, definitely. Had a great time. Really
Okay.
good.
All right.
Very nice experience.
Well, what was the high point of the trip?
I think the high point is getting to Alaska. Just knowing that I was there, and the scenery from there on, and of course all the way down through Canada. British Columbia is just beautiful too. It just is high, as high of expectation as anywhere in the world, I think, as far as mountain scenery, and Alaska's beautiful too. Those are the highs of my trip, and good time with the guys riding. Can't beat it. Can't beat 3 motorcycles on a road and beautiful scenery. It's in animals that you'll never see anywhere else probably. It is unbelievable. It really is, and really had a good time. Really
Okay.
good.
What was the low point of the trip?
My low point of my trip was when I found out that I really had a gas leak coming home from Anchorage. Well, not home, but we went to Haines Junction and could really smell gas around my bike, and Dave and I tore it apart. Started to bike up, and we seen it was really dripping gas, and then it kind of scared me how much was really coming out. And then I had to make some big choices in the trip, like do I stay with, can I get this thing fixed? And Haines Junction didn't even have a hardware, so Dave called around a little bit, and I went over to Whitehorse, which is in Canada, and we found a Honda dealer, and they said they would take a look at it, but they act like if they needed parts, be a 5-day wait. Of course, then I had to make a decision. If it's really a 5-day wait, do I really stay with the guys or ride by myself home? Or because they got to probably keep going, and so that was kind of a low point for me right there. But they were able to fix my bike. I made a 1,000-mile run by myself, which was a beautiful ride, and caught back up with them, and everything worked out.
If you were doing it again, what would you do differently?
I would probably buy a newer model bike, because the guy, Matthew at the Honda dealer said, it takes a lot of guts to come up here with an older bike, he said, especially with our parts availability, because we had to fly parts in. He says it's not like the lower 48. I guess I didn't realize that when I left the house with my older bike. So I would probably have a newer bike where they'd have more parts available.
All right. Any acknowledgments you want to make?
I want to say thank you to my wife and to my family. My wife has been taking care of the home, mowing my grass for me, and doing a lot of extra stuff she doesn't normally have to do, and for being kind about the trip. When we first talked about this trip years ago, I always wondered if we'd really take it, and I always told her that we might take a trip someday. Never dreamed it was going to be Alaska, and I just want to say thank you to my family and for taking care of the home and doing all the things they've done and being so kind to me, helping me even pack, buying me clothes to go. Very kind.
Good deal. Thanks, Chuck.